Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we are gonna be picking up a new side story to narrate on the channel in the form of the just released A DLC Endless Carnival 3rd anniversary side story. And yes, it is time for an Arknights beach episode. It has been a full year, so here we go again. But don't we all need a beach episode right now after the last event? I think I do. I do need a beach episode very badly. Oh boy, that last narration and side story will stay with me for a while. Anyway, in today's side story, we will be going down into a underground. Well, we'll be going underground in general for the first time in this game's story, and we will be checking out a underground Durin resort. Yes, with water slides. But outside of that, considering this is a part 1, episode 1 kind of dealio here, let me do the usual plug very quickly, and then we go into the usual spiel with everything else. So, once again, hi to anybody who might be new to the channel. I am Jacob, and I do narrations for pretty much anything Arknights, be it main story, side stories, full files bundled together with the voice files of the characters, and the module short stories that you get just by unlocking the modules on certain characters, you name it. Also, there is a very, very extensive playlist of operator records on the channel that are not narrated yet. I do plan to do something with that in the future, but you can find pretty much any one you want right now outside of the currently added batch, which will be uploaded to the channel over the next couple of days. And as I'm recording this very video, the Thorns operator record should already be up on the channel, so you can go and check that one out if you want so. But in the meantime, considering these events like this one, and I think the last one was Stultifera, I guess, that have special CGs before you start them, we will be going through that CG first, then into the story. Oh, and as a final note to anybody new to the channel, I just don't just narrate through the story. I also do character impressions, voices, and that kind of dealio. So it's not just one singular voice the entire time. So sit back and relax and listen to the thing, and probably have a giggle at the voices I do at sometimes. But anyway, like I said, this also features a CG intro trailer that plays when you just launch the event for the first time. And yeah, let me put it this way, I have a 1080p version of this thing, so we will watch this in quite a higher quality than what is available in game, because I quickly realized on my monitor the first time I launched this thing on full screen that yeah, the in-game quality is definitely not meant to be played on a large screen. Let me put it that way. The frame rate sucks, and the overall quality of the video is I don't even know what the quality is, like 520 something p, whatever. It is definitely low. So we will be doing a little thing called a video player. So let's begin.
線路の果てに神秘に包まれたドゥリン族の町がある。そこでドゥリンの民は自由気ままに暮らしていた。あの悪夢の日が訪れるまでは。空が崩れ、地下水が流れ込み、町が濁流に飲まれ、子供たちの泣き叫ぶ声が反響した。災いは終わらず、ドゥリンたちは恐怖と絶望の中でもがいている。彼らを運命から救い出せるもの、それはあんただ。
これがお前の言う薬剤か。
Alright, and that would be it for the intro. CG. Pretty cool. Gotta say, I do love the music they have for these anniversary episodes. It's... How do you put it? I like the beat. Let's put it that way. And this one is very chill compared to the last one. But anyway, let's begin with today's actual narration, shall we? So, as per usual, starting off with a cutscene only stage, titled, or rather, numbered? Lettered? Whatever. IC-ST-1, Eve of Journey. The visitors are eager, while the tour guide has ulterior motives. Well, it's not that bad. Relax. And right on cue, as I was about to say before anything else begins on screen, let me just put it straight here for anybody who goes back to watch these without reading them themselves or just listens to me and doesn't play it again, doesn't matter. Any sound effect that you might be hearing today, be it background laughter or anything else, is not edited. That is actually like it is in game, and I had so many laughs because they came out of nowhere. Oh boy. Anyway, pardon. Let's continue. Always hustling, busy Akahualans. What are we doing, you ask? What else can we warriors of Akahuala do? The greatest weapons, the sturdiest buildings. With the High Priest and Inam Committee's support, we can build even more machines. Oh, that's right, considering I'm just reading these names, should have said that earlier as well. This story takes place, I think... I don't actually know the time frame. I know it's months and months later, but it takes place in general after the Great Chief Returns story. And before anybody says anything, don't sweat the thing if you haven't read that story in general. The general gist of that story was pretty much just an introduction to, well, both the characters obviously of that region, but mostly the region itself and how the people live here, which this story will in some form of fashion skim over very quickly. So don't sweat the details too much. We will not be spending too much time on the surface. Anyway, Conquest. Manure Factory. Yup, we're starting off with a poop joke. The Akahuala name will ring across all the lands. Manure Factory. What a great word. That's how you say it, right, Yogi? No, Yoda, it's manufacturing. Besides, you should try to get some more rest instead of helping out with the work on the, Forest Mark III, the fully automatic tree planting and cutting robot. Actually, since we wrote it off and built a new one last night, this is Mark IV. I've been doing great lately, don't worry. I've never thought these rocks, the Originium, could be so useful. My eyes are wide open now. Is this new technology? Who brought it here? Probably Num. Ah! It's strong like Gavial, and you can shoot the upper half up in a spiral. It even stays mid-air for half a minute. Yeah, it's pretty shocking, though the High Priest calls them, disassembly. I've been thinking for a while. Look, the lands beyond are so vast, and now we have so much, manufacturing, and the High Priest said, before, that's not how you use the word. That doesn't matter. What matters is that we'll have more and more big machines. They'll also get easier to control and cause less accidents, too. There's much more we can do now, isn't there? Like what? Be ambitious, brother. Set your sights on all of Sargon. Can you see it now? Our statues! As tall as 3 mountains and as big as 2 whole lakes. Oh. Of course we need one for the clan leader too, and the high priest. We can't forget Inam either. Finally, we need something special to celebrate all this. A building, right, a palace. Let's see, with wood? No, it has to be sandstone or some sturdier rock. Let's see, let's use originium. That's it. We'll pile the originium up to make a huge building. Don't pile the originium up, please, for fuck's sake. Pile it up? Into what? Like a temple? Maybe something simpler. Like a circle. You could make a circle with rocks. Let's pile it up layer by layer so it looks like a triangle from all directions. Oh, a triangular tower. Now we just need to give it a name. Still, there's no point in talking about all this. Gavial said it. I won't live that long with my disease. Iota. No, we just have to change the way we think. Let's turn this palace into your burial plot. That way, forget Akahuala. All of Sargon will remember your name. And I know what to call it too. Yogi Yoda Tower. We'll finish it before you die. Yogi. Don't jinx yourselves like that. Oh, Tamimi, what are you doing here? I thought you went straight to Gavial and the clan leader yesterday. It's been a while since I was back home. I can't just leave like that, can I? I guess not. So, what are you going to do here today? You already stopped by, didn't you? Actually... Oh, you're the shorty Inam mentioned. What's the matter? Are you here to complain about our food again? Yeah, I've been thinking the food's been kind of bland lately too. How are we supposed to get by without meat? No, it's something else, and I have a name. Stitch Canvas. You can't judge me by my height. Are all Archosauria like this? No, we're not. Whatever, you're a bunch of weirdos bickering about tail thickness anyway. I guess it's a cultural difference that I'll have to respect. Huh? Alright, so what do you need? We're working on a magnificent blueprint for Sargon. Blueprint. Ah, right. Blueprint. You hear that, Durin, man? This is a huge, glorious plan. I kind of think a big, over-the-top tomb isn't such a great plan. Besides, if everyone gets a huge tomb like that, we won't have enough room in the rainforest. Stop calling it a tomb. It's for celebration. It's a laboratory. If we build it bigger, we can put both the leader and Gavial in there too. And our descendants will sing the praises of Zumama and Gavial's will in front of our statues, with their kids all around them. I am starting to regret this decision. What? But... Right now, we shouldn't... In that case, we can't call it Yogi Yota Tower. It has to have Gavial's name in it. We can add my name in there too while we're at it. No, I mean, well, Mr. Stitch already talked to Inam about this, but I want everyone to hear him explain it. This is pretty serious after all. I sent Gavial a letter too, but I don't know if they'll make it in time. Serious? What's so serious? I'm trying to plan out the rest of my life with what little time I have left. What could be more serious than that? I'm not here to judge your fantastical ideas, surface dwellers. However, just as I said before, if our city actually meets this crisis, the calamity will destroy everything. And when that happens, it won't matter how amazing your buildings are, they'll be reduced to rubble. And now back to Rhode Island. Hey, Zumama! Gavial? I didn't know we came back at the same time. How's the situation? Have those infected settled down? Who do you think you're talking to? Not just the infected. Mine security, the villagers nearby, and that old man from Rim Billiton. I took care of all of them. Old man? You dealt with our business partner too? Yeah, I've got a problem with the way he treats the infected. I had to deal with I had to have a friendly chat with him as a doctor, from a doctor's perspective and the Gavial way. Never mind all that. Have you seen the letter yet? I haven't been back to the dorms. It's a letter from Tomimi. She went back home to visit her family, didn't she? Yeah, and she's been keeping in touch with the Akahuala friends through Inam. Looked like she was going to ask us to go with her, too. A trip home together. If only Master Closure hadn't given me any work, that would have been nice. But if that was the whole story, you wouldn't have bothered to come looking for me, right? Hey now, when did we become strangers? Never mind. So what did Inam say? Did Tomimi run into trouble? Yeah, more accurately, the whole rainforest's in trouble. What? Better pack up and get yourself ready. We're in for a big adventure. The whole rainforest will sink into the earth. The entire land will shift and change. That's right. I could explain the structure of a Durin city, but it's not like you would understand. To put it simply, my homeland is under the ground, not far from this rainforest. We've run into some trouble, and that's why I came here to seek the surface dwellers' help. Now, I don't actually have very high hopes for you lot to begin with, but I saw what you've been doing. Perhaps you can be of some help. Well, that does sound like a big problem, but that doesn't have much to do with our tribe, right? Wait, this guy said if the Durin city is destroyed, it'll cause a chain reaction that will affect the surface, and our Yota Yogi Tower will. On the flip side, if you help us, we'll return the favor with our Durin technology. I don't know a lot about your tech level, but I can tell at a glance that your kind can sometimes be outrageously primitive. Help from an outsider? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure we could use any. To me, it's your surface dwellers who are the outsiders. Never mind. But Mr. Stitch did point out some serious problems with the Forest Mark III when he looked at it, although it kinda seemed like he got rid of a lot of its functions. This guy did? Yep, that's why Inam figured we should follow Mr. Stitch underground to see what's going on. I'm going too, of course, as the clan leader of Gavial's will. And while we're gone, it's up to you guys to take care of everyone in Tiakau. Well, I've got problem with that. I mean, for the sake of our Great Gold Originium Pearl Triangular Tower of Great Akahuala. That was a mouthful. You better get this problem solved. You used the word great twice. We will. Well, how are you going to get there? We haven't been outside the forest too much. Are you sure you won't get lost? Don't you worry. Oh, right, not wrong voice. After all, I am coming along. Mr. Elysium. You're the Rhode Islander. Resilient as I am, even I have to take a vacation to alleviate the stress I've accumulated. Little did I know I'd find myself in another tremendous operation to save the Durins. But never mind. Who am I to miss out on more fun? Dylan and Blaze were right. It's a bustling place, but you can still relax and wind down a little. A wonderful little spot. I still have yet to find those famously delicious mushrooms after searching through the woods multiple times, though. Yes, he is referring to people who know to Kobe's Fungi Mist. Elysium's Fungi Mist? Maybe? I only hope that Miss Ina will follow through on her promise to help me accomplish the 7 must-dos when visiting Akahuala. Mr. Elysium and Mr. Stitch have already gotten the ball rolling. With the 2 of them as guides, we won't ever lose our way, or at least that's what they promised. Haha, perhaps by the time Gavial and Eunectus make it home, we will have already taken care of everything. She used to be the impatient one. How come I have to wait half an hour in the hallway for her now? Look at this new gear. I thought Gavial would file a request for this stuff every month, but I guess that wasn't really the case, judging by Master Closure's reaction. So I guess she's not going back to playing Wandering Medic who left the tribe. This is taking way too long. Gavial, what are you doing? Don't rush me! You guys put together the most complicated equipment, you know? This is what you get when you make an order on such short notice. If you have a problem with that, maybe you should go through proper procedures with engineering next time. This sucks. Not even those knights in Casimir's wear this much armor. Doesn't matter if there's anything you can't figure out. I did not add that sound effect. Forget it. This will do. I'm tossing the rest. Huh? Yeah, forget all that junk. Don't need it. The moment I picked up this axe, I figured it all out. Figured what out? That this guy's all I need. Did you make it? It was a rush order. I knew it. Only you could make something this kick-ass. No complaint. From a balance to the weight. All perfect. But this little ornament. Lanza 2 told me to pour my feelings into everything I contribute to, whether a patient or equipment. She said that, huh? Probably learned it from Closure. Well, whatever winds your sprocket. Alright then, let's go. Gavial. What more now? More dolling? What are you going to do? It sounds like the Durins call for help that Tomimi got might be some kind of crisis their city is facing. It might be a catastrophe. It might be war. The letter says fire rained down from the sky and burned our quilts, and a giant mushroom sprouted from the ground and blocked the sunlight, preventing the plants from growing, but it's all too abstract. No matter what the problem is, we ought to be able to tackle it. I mean, Inam and Elysium are coming too. Tackle it how? Didn't you just give me the answer? Check out my getup! I really mean it, Zumama. I haven't been this excited in a while. So you mean you're using your fists again? Huh, the usual. The usual, huh? Time waits for no one, Zumama. Don't you want to see with your own eyes what those guys from your tribe have done to the forest? Huh, I guess so. Let's get going then. The actual catastrophe is walking in. Anyway, continuing on to stage IC-1. Alternate reality tourism. First time in I'm gonna stumble over this one. Zeruerza. Better try the local specialty, but drink in moderation. Even an Originium slug could walk straighter than those runkards. So, the usual before and after story, so let's start with the before part. That was a real close one, kiddo. You completely forgot the way here, didn't you? I'm not a kid. And I'm, just not 100% certain. Without a professional guide like me leading the way, how would a kiddo like you have made it through such a dangerous cave? Even I had to think twice before jumping in. In any case, why don't we take this opportunity to set up camp and get some shut-eye? If you don't know how to pitch a tent, I can help out. You serious? Is this really the time for that? The air flows smoothly here, and the area is spacious but sheltered from wind and rain. The temperature is pretty agreeable, and it's dark enough to skip the eye mask. I think Elysium raises some good points, but I'm not too familiar with these field tents. No problemo, I'll show you what to do. This ball is very simple, just unfold it and it's pretty much good to go. Just need to secure a few locks. Wow, you're right, very convenient. When Logistics originally designed this model, they specifically consulted me, the fieldwork specialist that I am. I even graciously agreed to let them name the series after me, but I'm not sure why they didn't go through with it. Well, maybe they felt there was still room for improvement, and that this tent model wasn't worthy of my name. What a shame. They should know I wouldn't nitpick over such minor things. To Mimi, I've been hearing a lot about what a good time you've had at Rhode Island. And that's all well and good, but I have to admit, I'm having second thoughts. Do Rhode Islanders always pitch tents inside lifts? I think Mr. Elysium is an exception. I'll say it one more time, this isn't any regular old lift. This is the pride and joy of the Durin people, the super convenient Lift-O-Matic number 1. Yes, indeed. Makes for a great campsite. Hey, enough of that, you two. How long will it take to get to the underground city you're talking about? Yeah, well, what's up with that, kiddo? We've been sitting in this lift for almost half an hour already. It's not like I'm... I can't help but wonder, were you mixed up in all those stories I heard about Gavial back at the tribe? Of course! Too often am I on the receiving end of that woman's fists. I think it might be better if you turned back. Well, it's not that often, but once every 3 weeks wouldn't be an exaggeration. Wait, Elysium might just be one of Gavial's regular co-workers, but I am Gavial's most cherished partner, the leader of Arknights tribe, Gavial's will. There's almost nothing true about that second half. I appreciate your generosity and selfless help. I'm sure the city will welcome you with open arms. Stitch muttering to himself. Hopefully your ugly-ass metal monster on threads will come in handy. Did you say something, Stitch? Oh, no, not at all. I was just saying, we're almost there. Actual in-game music. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zewerza. It's extremely rare for a surface dweller to lay eyes on a Durin city, let alone our beautiful... Hey! What the heck is that? A giant waterfall? It's a huge water slide! No, that's not what's important. Can't you pay any respect to that beautiful minimalistic place in the distance with a garden? So this is a Durin city. I thought it would be a bit more, normal? Mysterious underground palaces and whatnot. That's what the magazines always talk about. Actually, Zewerza is rather unique among Durin cities because it was built by the legendary designer standing before you. My predecessors came here with the vision to create a city of beauty and harmony, and this magnificence is the product of their philosophy. And minimalism, it's... Super Spinner Slide! Dylan wouldn't stop going on about how much fun Arknights was, and I didn't believe him at first, with that wicked grin on his face, but it turned out to be true. Oh, I wanna see. We have to bring Gavial next time. I wonder if the legendary Durins are interested in doing business. Is there not a single shred of appreciation for minimalism in those empty heads of yours? What is that heap of junk in front of you to the greatness of my work? Well, whatever. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up for you people. It should be somewhere around here. Some elders in the tribe mentioned a giant cave beneath Arknights, but I didn't expect it to be this complex. Seems like what Tomimi and the others were saying turned out to be true. If the worst case scenario comes to pass, it won't just be a Tiakau that are... It won't be just us Tiakau that are affected. Everyone in this entire region is going to be at risk.
There's no way it's that serious.
High Priest, what are you doing here?
Naturally, I came because I sensed the two of you in need of help. I am the all-knowing High Priest, after all.
So, old man, how are we supposed to get inside the legendary underground city?
Don't be in such a rush, children. It's not every day you get to delve into an underground cave. Soak in your surroundings. Take a look at these fluorescent plants. I'll let you in on a little secret. If you grind them into powder and sprinkle them over grilled fin, the flavor simply speaks for itself. And look at these tiny little fruits on the vines.
Sorry, but we're a bit short on time here.
Alright, I know. Do you remember the safe route coming here? If I recall correctly, it's left, right, then another right, then another left. And then 4 left turns in a row after that.
That would take us right back where we started.
Really? Strange. Let me see if I can pull something else from memory. These underground passages wind to and fro. It's hard to keep things straight. Was it right? And then uphill? Was it downhill?
How about the more dangerous path?
You're just as impetuous as when you were little. There does happen to be a path that is somewhat dangerous, but saves more time. See that river heading underground? Jump down.
For real?
The two of you should probably be fine, judging from your statures, but...
You heard the man, Mama. Get ready and take a deep breath. Let's go.
But I would advise the two of you to just follow me slowly. The thing is... huh? Where'd they go?
Also, I wanted to say this after the CG trailer, but no one can convince me otherwise that whoever designed just the general looking Durins isn't someone who plays Final Fantasy XIV. They are literally Lalafels. Literally. Anyway. In any case, this is the Durin city of Zeruerza. I had no idea there was a place like this beneath Akahuala. Zeruerza had had its roots here since antiquity, but with the exception of a few adventurous idiots, we've generally had little interest in the surface world. Of course, I am an exception. You don't much care for stories of adventure. That's right, I don't care for them at all. Stop trying to twist my words. I'm not an idiot either. That's not how I see it. Let me introduce myself once more. I am Stitch Canvas, the most distinguished architectural designer in the city. As you can see, the buildings around the city that speak most directly to one's heart and soul were designed by none other than myself. Like that big water slide over there? My respect for you is going through the roof, Mr. Stitch. No, that's not... You must have designed the dome above this underground city then. It even stimulates the feeling of sunlight. Incredible! Good going, kiddo. You're more than meets the eye. Have you no aesthetic taste? Are you unable to grasp what truly matters about the city? The greenery looks pretty nice. Alright, we'll need to cultivate some appreciation in you. Since you'll never get another opportunity like this, and I happen to have some time for my next job, I wouldn't mind showing you a place in the city that stands as the quintessence of wisdom. It is my temporary residence, personally designed to bear the core of my profound philosophy. I did not add that sound effect. Behold! Someone had fun on the dev team. Someone had fun. Inam, look, what kind of store is that? A swimsuit shop? They're so cute. Durin clothes won't fit you, not to mention your thick tail. But please don't talk about my tail. It can't hurt to take a look, right? Hey, you two! Hey! Elysium, we have to bring those two back. Thanks for your patronage! What an exotic flavor. These grilled mushrooms are as unique as you'd expect. Kay's culinary tastes are top class. If these mushrooms of Akahuala are not to be missed, the mushrooms beneath Akahuala are to die for. Care for a bite? Don't you think you're assimilating way too easily? Ugh, my head hurts. Hang in there, brother. Don't let these little setbacks get the better of you. All All our suffering, all our hardship, it all meant something. The disease is taking me. The time we spent together was pure delight. There has to be some way, I'm sure of it. What about that mystical liquid, the miracle juice that supposedly restores anyone to health? Yeah, that's right. There's still the good stuff. It might even bring back my love of life. Help us out, kind-hearted passerby. Call out that magical name with us. You, with the thick tail over there. I'm talking to you. Me? Come on, dig into your heart and shout the name with us. 3, 2, 1. Old Carl meat. Gavial stew? God. You said the wrong line, Thicktail. Please don't call me that. Where did Avdotia find such a strange woman? Avdotia? Hold on a second, you aren't with old Carl Mead's fan club? Avdotia is the only sober-looking person in the club. Wow, they actually use sobriety as their identifying standard. What now, brother? Should we cancel our Yodel Your Heart's Desire out event? Not a chance. You are a Liberi who came here from the surface, aren't you? Fate brought us together today. Come, come, I still have another half barrel of the good stuff. Inam, they actually carry around barrels of alcohol with them. Where did they even get their hands on barrels that big? This means the best stuff in all of Zeruerta, though there are always a few know-nothings out there who refuse to admit it. Wanna give it a shot, Liberi? You won't regret it. I have to hand it to you guys, you sure are enthusiastic. Oh good, it's on us. One look at you and we can tell you're a gentleman of utmost distinction. Not quite sober. Sorry. Just the right type to become one of us. Are you saying I give off far-out vibes? That's the first time anyone said that about me. Never thought I'd be learning something new about myself here. You can count me in. Bottoms up. How about the ladies over there, if you don't mind? I'd like a try as well. Just a little bit then. Wait, come back. What? Why are you drinking? We still have business to attend to. Huh? You're Dear citizen, I know that confronting an important architectural designer such as myself might be a bit intimidating, but don't be fooled by the fact that these individuals appear idle. They actually have quite a bit of work to do, so if you'll please excuse us. Are you sure you don't want some brother? This means seriously good stuff. Me? I'll pass. I don't drink. As one of the few Durins who need his brains for problem solving, I prefer to keep my head clear. Ugh. Why are you looking at me like that? And why are you lifting those barrels up? Did you hear what he just said? My ears weren't playing tricks on me, right? This kid says he never drinks, and supposedly to keep his head clear? We're in trouble, my friend. An alien has infiltrated our city. Open your eyes, you drunkards. They look more like aliens than anything else. It's time we let this fella know just how much nonsense he's spewing. Harder than ice, longer than winter, more silent than tears, more futile than sighs. Inoa still cannot forget the afternoon she departed. The town was like a coughing giant, exhaling rust and spitting blood. She trips and falls, but climbs back to her feet. Her steps know no pause. She doesn't ask for much. She only wants to find a land without dreams and a few moments to waste. Perhaps a cup of hot tea and a few sips of light liquor. Indulgence is not a sin, at least in her case. What is she after, and what is she running from? Even she does not know the answer to these questions. And yep, that led into the first battle. Well, let's return. Let's continue with the after story. No need to be shy, Tomimi. It looks great on you. Really? So I have several questions at this point, and one of them is, why is this super adorable skin for Tomimi not an actual skin? Would be the one and only one actually I have. Anyway. I love this swimsuit the moment I laid eyes on it. It's exactly my style. The tailors here sure are something. They managed to custom make something to fit your figure so quickly. Is there something wrong with my figure? I've been working out a lot harder. Don't worry, you look super cute. Phew, that's good then. I don't want people making fun of my tail getting thicker again. Inam, you're not going to pick out the swimsuit? I'm good. I'm more interested in the bucket head that was helping out the tailor just now. Also, it couldn't be ours to have a design for an NPC. That thing is terrifying. Durin technology. That's some crazy good stuff. I've never had liquor this good before. Cheers, brother, let's drink to your health. A toast to our health. Long live old Carl Mead. Well, he assimilated quick. Hey, tell me about that Elysium guy. Is he actually reliable? He's there for us when the chips are down. Usually. Now that you mention it, there are Durin operators at Rhode Island, but they seem to never talk about where they came from. Do you think the Durins might be hiding something? No, I think they just don't care a whole lot. They always seem a lot more concerned about what's on the menu in the canteen. I never thought we'd get the opportunity to explore an underground Durin city. Yeah. This might be a great opportunity to spread Gavial's name to the Durin people as well. You didn't drag Gavial, Zumama and Kimar with you on vacation this time? Kimar said she wanted to practice boxing with Blaze. Gavial and Zumama went on a mission and hadn't come back yet. Gavial's been working way too hard recently, and that worries me. I really wish she wouldn't push herself so much. I wrote him a letter before I left, telling what you learned from Mr. Stitch, as well as what he told us. They could have taken the opportunity to go back to Akahuala for a break. The three of you went and made me Great Chief without a second thought, and it's about time you all come back to see what I've gotten done. By the way, while you were at Rhode Island, did anybody find this Elysium guy a little annoying? It's a completely different experience. You, tall guy, I saw you hanging out with those meat boys just now. Listen up, that stuff's for kids. If you want the real good booze, turn your eyes towards our number 7 whiskey. Here, cheers. Cheers! This aroma, it's like the rainforest after a thunderstorm. The smell of moss in an underground cave. Oh, sorry, that's just a wood cup getting a little moldy. Fuck's sake. He seems to be enjoying himself. Oh, Inam, you still haven't told me about how you met Mr. Stitch. It's a bit of a long story. Background story. Great, Chief, the big thing you brought with you last time... The big things you brought with you last time were really stimulating. Just standing in front of them kept me up for days. My wife's been nagging me all day in and day out about how those things are gonna snatch away my soul or something. We're talking about those heaps of junk from Colombia, right? Are those metal choppers that big of a deal?
You bet they are. A legendary construction device. Those things are a machine of machines. Have you ever felt the joy of watching those things work right in front of you? My heart's never pounded so hard, not even when I first met my wife.
Huh. Guess I'll have someone stop by to try to put shock absorbers on your chopper one of these days. Tomimi's going to be back in a few days, so we've got to get ready to pick her up.
Picking up Tomimi? I can imagine how much work that's going to take.
It's probably about as bad as getting beaten up by a metal chopper.
Who knows how many trinkets and doodads she'll bring with her? Do you remember how many men we needed to grab all her stuff last time? At first I thought it was a whole caravan.
Mimi's always been like that ever since she was little, always hoarding whatever junk she gets her hands on.
Don't you think it's gotten worse since she went to Rhode Island? I have no idea why she had to lock back that plate of sheet metal, the one Gavial put a hole through.
I heard she couldn't find a place to put it in her place at Rhode Island. Wait, who's that up ahead? Call me mad, signing up for this kind of abuse. First it was those topsy-turvy caves, now it's this godforsaken place. But an old man Erdhard drives me up the wall, just clogs up the doorway and nags you all day. Ugh, damn these stupid vines and that accursed sunlight. I've always said artificial light is much better than this crap. I'm so thirsty and tired. I can't fathom why the master would leave Zeruerza. Is he a masochist or something? A little kid?
Who are you calling a kid? You're the kid.
Huh, you've got a pretty funny accent. Who thought you?
I thought myself. Got a problem with that?
Kids ought to mind their own manners and be patient with strangers.
What a funny looking fella. Kind of familiar though. Anyone like this been around Akahuala? Did someone's kid go missing?
Not a thick tail or a thin tail. Not a Liberi or a Fidia either. Wait, hold on. Could you be...
a Durin? What's a Durin? Can you eat it?
I've only read about them in magazines, but apparently Durins are a mysterious race of people who live underground.
You mean a metal crab? No, you're the metal crab. Wanna fight? Oh, I remember now. There was an article in Stranger Things a few years ago about how the Durins were really good at making alcohol. That's something metal crabs can't do. Yes, Stranger Things is a thing that exists in the world of Arknights. And no, it's not a TV show, but apparently it's a magazine. At best, metal crabs might get drunk off of eating fermented fruits.
They also don't live underground and just cover themselves with dirt.
That's not what matters. I knew it. You surface dwellers are just a bunch of short-sighted egomaniacs who keep running their mouths despite not knowing anything. You people make make Durins. Jesus. You people even make Durins look smart. Beyond all that, though, your aesthetic sensibilities are complete trash.
Hey, little Durin, I'll have you know, I'm wearing Sargon's chicest styles.
If that's your idea of chic,
then it's all the proof I need that everyone up here has trash taste.
No, that's a podcast, buddy.
What is the point of going along with an aesthetic merit determined by someone else? You might as well be a lowly pleb.
Great, Chief. I think this kid might have a few screws loose. Need me to fix him up?
He's still got a long life ahead of him. Let him be.
I matured a long time ago. Thank you very much. Why am I even wasting time talking to these ignoramuses? Farewell. Oh, there he goes. He stopped again. If I may ask a small favor, surface dwellers. Can I have some water?
So the rest is pretty much what you wrote in the letter. He said that a Durin city is in trouble and needs our help. At least that's what Stitch said at the time. Take a good look around us. How could this beautiful city possibly... How could there possibly be any trouble? Well, the drinks here being way too good can be troublesome. Might end up under the table if you're not careful. But that would never happen to me. Cheers! This is probably that unsociable little rascal's roundabout way of inviting us to see his beautiful home. And I can totally understand that sentiment. Not everyone's brain is fried like yours, Elysium. Stitch stayed with us for a month, and one day he was pestering a group of Arcasauria building a train. He said, you folks are good enough. These bits of iron and copper you've soldiered together might be able to help me. Want to come down to Zero Erza to have a look? So then your brother, by topping me off, I'll finish yours. So you went along with it? Though Stitch was definitely exaggerating the scope of the crises, I was actually curious to see if there is any business to be done with our underground neighbors. Good idea. If Akahuala ever wants to escape its savage, brutish state, it'll need every opportunity it can get. I heard the Durins are exceptional at smelting and smithing. If we could do them a favor, we might be able to get a thing or two in return. You folks won't have to get all excited over a few bits of scrap metal anymore. Inam, I didn't expect you to be such an upstanding great chief. I thought you'd just blow all your money in the city every day. You brat, is that how you think of me? If Akahuala wants to develop, the most important thing it needs is money. Doesn't matter if it's Sargonian coins, Colombian bills, or Victorian pounds. We need them all. But with Akahuala's current manufacturing output, some shoddy handmade products, a bit of unrefined ore, we barely have enough money for people to live decently, let alone think about getting rich. Luckily, you don't have to worry about how the city defines living decently. That said, there's a difference between money and wealth. Sitting on a stack of money doesn't accomplish anything, but once you get it into circulation, then it becomes wealth. Akahuala is already on the up and up, but to become even better, it needs opportunity. For example, a technological partnership with the Durins. This is a bit beyond me. All I know is whenever I run into a problem, I throw some arts at it. If that doesn't work, I can always whack it with my staff. Yep, that is literally her second skill. Throwing some arts at it, and when you press it, she whacks shit with a staff. Pretty accurate. That's the Gavial's way of life. Even after working with Rhode Island for so long, you still can't leave your roots behind, huh? But the best thing I can do is some tinkering around the edges. For Akahuala to truly develop, we still need a leader. But Inam, aren't you already a great chief? A leader is someone who can truly unite the Tiakau, and am I gonna do that? A little too troublesome for me. I'd rather go shopping in the city. I like the way you think. I'm quite fond of shopping myself, but nothing beats the great outdoors. By the way, I haven't seen our little mother-mouthed friend for quite some time. Did he sneak off somewhere? Seems like it. I'd assume he went to set something up. Oh, right, but since we're right in front of the big water slide, it wouldn't hurt to enjoy our vacation first, right? I think the Yanese operators at Rhode Island have a saying for this. It goes something like, the host plans and the guests follow. I think that means, since the host isn't here, we can do whatever we want. Well said. I'll drink again to that pearl of wisdom. Raise you to the foot of the slide, my friends. Elysium really is getting used to the Durin lifestyle a bit too quickly. He's a Durin at heart, what can you say? Finally shook off that rabble of drunkards. That's why I can't stand these soulless Durins. What are these idiots wasting their precious lives on? I've only been away for a month and Zeruerza has already turned into a terrible eyesore. Damn it, I never should have come back. And as for those stupid surface dwellers, as long as they can build me a railway bridge on collapse, I suppose I can compromise my standards a bit more. Stitch, you really came back to us. Word was going around about the teetotaler Durin wandering Zeruerza. I knew it had to be you. Edge Earthheart, you're never going to leave me alone, are you? Where have you been all this time? I was running all over looking for you. I wore out my old bones searching around the cave-in. Your old bones are harder than rock. I, on the other hand, nearly died. Don't tell me you went to the service? What, you got a problem? I can't believe you did that, Stitch. You're too gutsy for your own good. I never imagined you'd actually manage to do something useful. Hurry, let me see what fancy goods you brought back. The network of caves about the lift is way too hard to navigate, and I have no clue where my map went. Nobody's been up there in years. You remember to bring me a souvenir, right? Or maybe some exotic ore specimens? Some fermentable surface plants? The latest issue of Stranger Things? The ones they have in the library are all out of date. No, how should I put this? I brought a few people back. Huh? Back to the cave. Thus, she decided. She decided on all Carl mead. That's not good enough. Maybe the product placement should come a bit earlier? Let me revisit that a bit. Cheaper than cheap, crazier than crazy. If you need a place to cut loose, have a great time, and of course enjoy a sip of soul-soothing mead, look no further than Zeruerza and our famed all Carl mead. Good. Concise, straightforward, and lavish in praise. The client should be satisfied with this. Hopefully. Alright, and let's continue on stage IC-2, titled Free Fall. Leap from the cave above to reach Zeruerza. Fall into a cave in Zeruerza and you'll have to climb back up yourself. Yep. Again, a before and after story, so let's begin. There's this one proverb Blaze always pulls out. How did it go again? The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That's the one. That's the one. I have a conjecture. Your rainforest folk have the terrible misfortune of living in that dump, so you've been compensated with extremely good luck in other areas. What other explanation is there for why the lot of you haven't gone extinct yet? It doesn't make any sense. It proves our way of life is good for keeping us alive. High Priest, what are Durin cities like? I don't remember. A little too boring to talk about. I spent some time in the underground world a century or so ago, and the only thing I can remember is that it was a nasty place, chock full of imbeciles. Right, good that he mentions how old he is, or rather, alludes to his age being over a century old. Yes, this guy, and the penguin, and a couple of others that exist in this world that are literally, truly just animals, or at least look like animals. No idea what they are. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't help you. No idea if this has already been at some point discussed in any kind of future main story, side story, or whatever that is not on global yet. I couldn't tell you. I can only tell you they exist, and apparently you cannot kill them. At least bullets will not kill them. I'm not sure if you could incinerate them, but yeah, they exist, and they're actual animals. Right, continuing.
Less interesting than watching Originium slug sleep by the river. Though, you young kids ought to experience things on your own. You need to have the kind of drive and ambition that I did. By the way, turn left at the next junction and don't jump down.
How much longer now, High Priest?
Good question. There's no end to the road called life. No matter how far you've come, you can only keep moving forward. Plus, there's a geezer like me watching over you. Oh, if you meet how far we are from the city, if you could drop right through the rocks like I can, you need to go down another 500 or 600 meters.
Zumama, how the hell did you put up with this guy up for so long?
He won't shut up.
He's usually not so noisy around the machines.
Does this chainsaw blade count as a machine? No manners.
Would you look at that? Worked like a charm.
This is it. We're here. The Great Aqua Pit?
Let's set aside the Durin's naming sense for now. This water park already looked pretty insane from the distance, but it's even more incredible up close. Is this how Durins live all the time?
Not edited sound effect. And yes, that was an Elysium. Cowabunga!
When did he change into a swimsuit? Elysium, please be careful.
Whoa, that was a close one. Are you alright? You didn't spill your drink, did you?
Well, that's weird. How'd you surface dwellers end up down here? Never seen you people around before. And this guy looks about as stupid as a Durin. Hello, sir. We were invited here by Stitch Canvas.
He said, he wanted us to help him with a little favor.
Stitch Canvas, huh? Would you look at that? He actually came back. I thought he was going to say goodbye to the city for good, just like that respectable teacher of his. As much as I'd like to offer you our famous Durin hospitality, welcoming folk that we are, I sadly can't, while Stitch is running around causing havoc and ignoring all our ways. Let me introduce myself first. I am Catch Lighttrace, the city's design representative. No need to be nervous, it'll be over in no time. What is the meaning of this? Did the atmosphere just get a little weird all of a sudden? I can't handle all these people trying to toast me at the same time. Are you guys trying to pick a fight? I'm not afraid of you shorties. You're gonna get a taste of the combat skills Gavial taught me. Phew. Take a sturdy stance and put your hips into it. Come at me. What is she doing? Is she gonna clobber us with her stick?
Stay away from me.
Hey, what are you people doing? Stop, I tell you. Huh? I thought we were going to fight? Why would Durins do such a pointless thing? Put your weapons away and come with me. Citizens of Zeruerza, this is this quarter's 417th referendum. Following our previous vote on this month's general background music, we decided on the color of our streetlights for the week during the last referendum. Now we must answer a new question. Since this question isn't particularly important, the individuals here today are enough of a quorum to represent the Zeruerza. Today's question is, Zeruerza has just welcomed new guests. Should we accept them or not? What guests? I heard something about a guy who doesn't drink. No, it's those ones standing right in front of us. Cheers, brothers! Isn't it crazy that there's a Durin out there who doesn't drink? Yeah, that's
totally crazy. Cheers! Let's finish chugging this barrel, then we can play in the water. Huh. Make sure to keep those eyelids peeled. You have to see what our surface dwellers can do. Tomimi, sorry if I sound like a broken record, but are you sure everything's alright at Rhode Island? Probably? You're always welcome to come back if things aren't working out. Be careful. Don't underestimate the amount of damage a bad environment can do to you. Hurry it up, catch! We've got a lot of stuff to take care of. Brother, have you ever heard of a sport called surfing? Surfing, you say? That might as well be my middle name. Shit, who was that again? Objection! Oh, right. This guy can't be trusted. Yeah, I knew things weren't going to be that simple. Hey you, drunk Liberi over there. Inam, they must be talking to you, because I certainly am drunk. Not a bit. I am talking to you, guy with the stain. Alright, what do you want? You better come back and pick a side, noble mead or lame as whiskey. You have the old Carl Mead fan club graciously welcomed you to their fold, and now you're hanging out with those hoity-toity whiskey sippers. Don't you dare talk bad about whiskey, you little... My disappointment is immeasurable. I'm gonna murder him. Not too long ago, we had our arms over each other's shoulders, shouting long live mead together, but I turn around for a second and you go off and play with those uppity kids. I think they're both great. Oh no, you don't. We don't take kindly to fence-sitters around here. You're a joke. You can't know what's good and what's bad without a point of reference. Is that right, brother? There's nothing to be afraid of. Speak your mind and let the words of praise flow for our great whiskey. That is, if you want to stay in Zeruerza. Hey, stop threatening him, you despicable whiskey sipper. Ugh. Your meat's baby stuff. Might as well drink it out of a bottle. Let's throw down in front of the big cask tonight then. Walk the walk if you talk the talk. Huh, you wanna see who can chug more of your baby brew? You have my attention. Wait, stop right there. The referenda we hold here in the forum are sacred. Talk about drinking somewhere else. Raise your hand and let your vote be known. The minority obeys the will of the majority. That is the internal lodestar of Zeruerza. Begin the counting of the votes. If you're raising your hand, then I'm not. I'm raising my hand whether you like it or not. Piss off. Just wait till we get to the water slide. I'm gonna splash your brains out. With what, that ridiculous technique of yours? Alright, not bad. A solemnly conducted vote. In what world does this count as a solemn? Not added sound effect. The votes have been counted, and the results are clear. The people of Zeruerza have made their decision. Play to your heart's content, surface dwellers. All the Durin attendees, cheers! By the way, I welcome you as an architect. That gorgeous edifice sitting atop the lake is my pride and joy. You're welcome to play your hearts out beneath it. You're talking about that great aqua pit over there? I didn't come up with the name. It was something we all voted on. Did they tack more stuff onto the great aqua pit? It looks even more hideous than the last time I saw it. That's Catch's masterpiece, you know. You really should badmouth it in front of him. He's not worthy of my constructive criticism anyway. Or rather, there's no way to fix it in the first place.
That malformed, twisted structure, just looking at it makes me want to pass out. How can the people of Zererza continue to suffer him as the design representative? Probably because folks really love playing on the big slide. If I were calling the shots, you'd use, and I hope this is how you pronounce it, you'd use beton brute to construct. Oh, and there you go, squares. You still don't know me well enough, Edge. I just put a long narrow strip of concrete there. Minimalism is beauty. Huh? What about the slide then? I suppose there wouldn't be any harm in slanting it a little. Back to the issue at hand. There don't seem to be any major issues with the dome right now, but I'm still worried. Since the earthquake over 6 months ago, the leak that sprung in the dome has been getting worse and worse. Is that your idea of no major issue? I'm just telling you what the people of Zererza think. The water flow increased, makes for a more stimulating experience. The temperature control stopped working. Even better, that just means the summer is not over yet. As for the originium detection system, well, no active originium layers have been detected near Zererza for over 2 decades. A short-sighted bunch. So I'm not fixing it. What's worth saving about this cheap rickety dome? I've said it a million times. Were you not looking for a solution when you first went to the surface? Were you not thinking about ways to restore the dome? Absolutely not. I was just trying to hide from you because you won't shut up. No, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Just a few months ago, I was voted into the top 100 list of Zererza's nicest elders. Alright, enough of that. I know you're concerned about the state of the dome. But if Catch can't even solve the issue with the dome's integrity, then forget occupying the design representative's seat. He should get the hell out of Zererza. If we're just talking outcomes, there shouldn't be any safety concerns regarding the dome at this point. We can leave the temperature control system alone, since our beloved citizens are having a good time anyway. After they get tired of it, maybe they'll raise their heads and decide to turn Zererza into a walk-in freezer. As for that originium detection system, if you ask me, it was never that reliable to begin with, but since you've been chasing me around everywhere, I assume that's what you're most worried about. I do have a plan for that, actually. It'd be better for us to rebuild the railway bridge that was damaged by the earthquake, re-excavate the collapsed tunnels, and directly install the originium detection instruments there for more accurate readings. From the very beginning, the dome was over-engineered to try to do too many things at once. You'd rather take a massive detour like that than directly work on the dome. Look, even if Finch up and left without saying anything, that's still your work together. That's still your work together, master and pupil. We're done here? Okay. Stop before I actually get mad, Edge. Fine. Right now, the problem of originium detection takes top priority. I picked up a few people up on the surface who will probably come in handy. Their hodgepodge of skills is likely enough to repair Zererza's railway. Now, we only need to... Pardon the interruption, but are those handy people from the surface you're talking about? Is that one flying through the sky right now? Huh? When you, Zumama, and Kimar first joined Rhode Island, I didn't think much of it. But now that I've seen this guy... Be honest with me, Tomimi. Is it really that easy to swindle a paycheck out of your company? Elysium is actually a skilled guide and a communications specialist. Well, anyway, maybe this is who he really is. Here's the sweet fruit wine you wanted. Thank you. How should I pay? Or rather, how'd you buy all that other stuff before? I told the nice tailor granny a few stories about Gavial, and she was so happy she gave me those clothes for free. That's for me. The drinks were covered by my good friends from the fan club, and I put the food on Stitch's tab. I guess you'll probably survive no matter where you get tossed. That's one of the qualities of a professional guide. Ma'am, go ahead and put our drinks on Mr. Stitch's tab as well. He won't mind. You got it. That guy's stingier than you'd think. Here, let me pay for those drinks. I'm quite proud of this amusement park after all. Naturally, I hope you'll have a great time. Mr. Lighttrace, do you and Mr. Canvas know each other well? Depends what you mean by well. When we were young, we ran into each other a lot since we were competing. We've gone head to head over several projects, some of which I won, some of which he won. The only project neither of us could secure was this dome above our heads. We both have ideas for how we'd like to improve Zeretsa's iconic dome, and for a few years we practically met every day. During the referendum meetings, we both worked hard to prove that our respective ideas for the dome renovation were better. But in the end, neither of us managed to win over a majority of Zeretsa's population. After all, the dome is the legacy of Manch, the design representative who came before me. And Stitch, as his student, is also... Forget it. There are some things I'm not meant to say. You're better off asking him yourself. Catch, my dear bro, why is someone as young as you talking like a withered old man? When we were young? Come on! Just follow Elysium's lead, keep your heart pure, and face... and face life with a smile. Instead of lamenting days bygone, come enjoy a drink with us. The Berryman, your extra large barrel of ice-cold beat the heat ale is here. Help yourselves, everyone. Our good friend Catch wants us to have a good time, so how could we possibly disappoint his expectations? So, my good brother, mind if I order some more? The folks from the fan club aren't paying for other drinks, and there's still so much I want to try. Are you sure you're not a Durin on stilts? Maybe he is, who knows? Are there any other ads I have to write? Oh, right. How should I describe the feeling of this long-leaved dew rolling down my throat? How ought I praise it without using words so pedestrian? This is if I could swallow a cloud or pluck a string of spring rain's pearls. This is if I could feel the falling of winter's last 2 snowflakes. They probably have no idea what falling snowflakes are, so maybe I'll go with a more Durin metaphor. 2 super frosty fruit-flavored ice cubes fall into a marvelous explosion of flavor. Yep, 2 super fruity flavored ice cubes fall down from the sky. Yep. Ugh, that hurts. The high priest was right. We really should have... We really shouldn't have jumped down. It's been a real long time since I felt like my bones were gonna fall apart. Probably the last time we fought. Yeah, now I think I'm starting to hallucinate about fruit-flavored ice cubes and rum. Think it might be an after effect of our fall. Looking down. Huh? Why is there a Lupa sleeping here? Do you think this might be our fault? Probably not, right? Think I should treat her? Did you bring your medical kit? Dr. Kaltsid once said that a true master of medicine can solve most problems with her bare hands. Did she now? Well, I don't remember her exact words, but that's the gist of it. That's the gist I took from it. Alright, where to start? Oh, she's awake. I haven't even gotten started yet. Are you alright? Oh, my head's still spinning. Sorry, I think the 2 of us might have bumped into you earlier. Need me to inspect you? Just runs away. What are you doing here? Come again? How did you 2 find this place? Mind if we ask for directions? Do you know if there's a magical underground city here? Or something like that? You came from the surface. Weird thing to say. You didn't? We heard something terrible was about to happen underground, so... You finally come, surface dwellers. Naturally, those who come with chainsaw and axe in hand can only spell calamity for this pure garden. The beast of civilization finally shuts all pretense of hiding its razor-sharp fangs, bearing its gigantic maw before us. I see, that makes sense. A wild beast with a huge mouth and razor-sharp teeth. Don't worry, I'll handle this. Huh? No, that was a rhetorical flourish. As long as the thing's less than 10 meters wide, I'm confident I can take it down clean. Perfect timing, too, since I've been itching to get a good workout. Mind showing us the way, Miss Lupo? Is it over there? Is it over here? Maybe it'll be faster if we keep jumping down? Stop, surface dwellers. The blood on you will... Don't worry, I know how to control my strength, so it's not going to splatter all over the place. Zumama, ready for round 2? Right behind you. Hold on tight, Miss Lupo. You can trust Gavial. She's an expert when it comes to fighting. Actually, there's another way. Hey? Hey! Just yoinks and picks her up and zoom. Yep, that leads to a battle stage. Anyway. Going to the after story. Thank you, Tomimi. I'll definitely return the favor once we get back to Rhode Island. I'm not sure I make a very good lookout, but I'll give it my best shot. Alright, time for a taste. Current meat has a rather strange bite to it, but... Mr. Elysium. What's wrong? Are our friends looking for us? You have to tell them I'm not drinking somebody else's liquor. It's Mr. Stitch. Took me long enough to find you people. Speaking of which, what's this guy doing here? Yo, Stitch. How many years has it been since we saw each other? How awful of you. I bet you haven't even gone to see my great aqua pit. Talk about timing though. Now that you're here, should we head down there together? The surfing the surfing area is amazing. I wouldn't mind releasing the flow valve on the water slide while no one's looking. Jesus. Pardon. Let you experience a true... Thanks, but no thanks. I've got business to attend to. Everyone, with me. If you're done enjoying yourselves here, it's time to get to work. Stitch, why are you always in such a hurry? We've got all the time in the world, so why don't we... You might have all the time in the world, but I don't. Unlike design representative Catch here, full of vim and vigor, I am an neuropathy sufferer with only a few years left. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. What I was trying to say is we ought to sit down and talk things through, maybe resolve some of our old misunderstandings. Listen, Catch. If recognition is what you're after, you've always won the hearts of Zerwert's citizens. My opinion doesn't matter. If you're trying to cement your legacy, you might as well build a super water cannon or something, maybe even paint it red or pink. I won't stop you. Just don't waste your breath on me. I'll never be able to compliment your architecture in good faith. Let's go, surface dwellers. I'll tell you all about my plans. Wait, Stitch, hear me out first. Let me offer a word of advice. Stay away from me. We have our own paths to follow. Why don't we talk about that super water cannon you just mentioned? When you have a minute, you've got me interested. But before that, did any of you just hear something? The merry band of drunkards must be doing something stupid again. No, that's not it. Wait, could it be from the dome? There is no way. Have some faith in the quality of my engineering, will you? Look at that! The feeling of free fall. Wind rushes loudly past my ears. Some weirdos at Rhode Island can't seem to get enough of this sensation. Don't understand them at all. As for me, there's only one reason I'd ever jump from a height like this: to solve a problem. Fists, staves, or axes, anything goes. You solve a problem by finding the bad guy and beating him down. Nice and simple, right? No matter what I'm facing, even if my axe breaks, my staff splits, and my hands can't make a fist anymore, all that matters is I got it done. Doesn't matter to me if there's an evil plot, wild beasts, a mushroom, natural disaster, or some other nasty thing. I'll crush it. Hey, Gavial, something doesn't seem quite right. Look down there. Hmm? Hey, don't make me repeat myself. Unhand me this instant. Oh, sorry about that. What the hell's all this? A waterfall? And a slide? Not added sound effect. Just a Durin going Yahoo! Just a wild Elysium. Yo, Gavial, what took you so long? Welcome to the Durin. Jesus Christ. Welcome to the Durin's Great Aqua Pit. Huh? Yes, I would be also confused. What? Gavial, it's all my fault. Tamimi. So let me get this straight. There's no giant horrible monster and no fire or mushrooms raining from the sky? Elysium called it a rhetorical device. I'm gonna go beat the shit out of him. Well, what Tamimi said wasn't altogether false. The Durins are having a crisis of some sort. Though it's not immediately obvious. That is what Mr. Stitch said. There's a reason for what I do. So, what kind of stunt are you uppity surface folks trying to pull here? You just broke into Zeruerza brandishing that huge axe and now you're claiming to be helping the Durins? What a joke. The Durin people are perfectly capable of solving their own problems. As if they'd ever ask for help from you high and mighty surface dwellers. What's more, all that filth and nastiness you carry on you is enough to besmirch our little patch of paradise down here. Aren't you a Lupo? Aren't you also from the surface? I've abandoned everything I was once up above. Now I am only a citizen of Zeruerza. Therefore, I believe I speak for all the citizens of Zeruerza when I ask you to begone from the city. If you want to be stubborn about it, I don't mind kicking you out by other means. Calm down, Avdotia. I brought them here. Stitch, I didn't know you were back. I don't know what you're trying to do, but as someone who used to be one of them, I'd urge you to give it up. Relying on the surface dwellers will only bring ruin to Zeruerza. Zeruerzans have never seen real greed, a real scheme. Avdotia, the people already voted to let them stay. I have no problem overturning that result with another referendum. It all depends on how the Durin see them. But if push comes to shove, and you surface folk bear the weapons of violence and bloodshed as you always do, then I will hunt you to the bitter end. You're not making any sense. This whole thing's just a misunderstanding. I heard Akahuala's underground neighbors needed help, so I came to lend a hand, that's all. Helping them is helping us. Oh, yes, you showed up at your neighbor's house with a chainsaw. I'm sure you're just trying to help me fix my table leg. I'm sorry. Could you use a huge axe to help me cut some fruit? Don't try to pull a fast on me. I've seen a kindly messenger transform into the image of wickedness in the blink of an eye. The pursuit of profit and the lust for conquest is in the nature of all surface dwellers. You might be able to deceive my good-natured Durin friends, but you can't trick me. I'm all too familiar with the venom behind your honeyed words. I believe it or not, this axe is just for self-defense. But if you think we have to solve this with violence, then I'm more than glad to rumble with you. Hey, you there with the axe. You're badass!
Huh? Oh, thanks? Avdotia, you're the best. I've only ever seen you scribble in your notebooks. I've never knew you had this side to you. What side?
How far up did you come from? How did it feel to jump down?
How come nobody's ever thought of that before? Jumping off the top of the waterfall.
Are these two your friends? Look at you, keeping secrets from us. You never told us you had such cool friends.
They might be dangerous. We can't. Can you ask her to take me up there with her next time?
Avdotia, did you bring anything back from your last trip? Maybe some more of that fruit from last time?
We haven't seen each other for hours. Let's toast to our reunion. Wait, hold on.
And it's a party already.
Hey lady, your name is Gavial, right? Can I touch your axe? Is it heavy? It's not too bad.
You got a minute, Gavial. There's a super secret to having fun in the Great Aquapit. I'm sure you'll give us the biggest, flashiest splash ever.
Here's my address in Zero Erza. If you're not busy, swing by tomorrow for one hell of an ale rager.
Wait, why wait for tomorrow? Let's start today.
I like the sound of that. Me too, my good Sir Catch. Bring us another bottle. What's up with these Durins? Did they get bitten by Elysium or something?
I love that she thinks it's the other way around.
That's a look to Mimi. Something on your mind? Gavial will always be Gavial. No matter where she goes, she captures all the hearts and minds. The way I see it, it's just a band of dumbasses attracted to the biggest, loudest dumbass. Some people just have that kind of magnetism. So this is Gavial the Invincible, that the people of Akahuala keep talking about. What's she jumping off the waterfall for? Did you plan this? No, but I suppose trouble comes in threes.
Mimi, I'm surrounded. Give me a hand.
Coming. It's too rowdy here. Let's move somewhere else. So, you're the Durin. While I was in Akahuala, your name was on everyone's lips, Gavial. Then tell me, what exactly is this crisis that Zero Erza faces and how will it affect Akahuala? That, to be honest, is an extremely complicated question involving multiple layers, including geography, geology, sociology, and more. Let's start peeling back those layers. The most difficult part is we can't discuss this topic without delving a little bit into literature first. Like Tomimi, I also borrowed a few rhetorical tricks. In other words, what you told us was exaggeration? I wouldn't call it exaggeration. I just was looking at things far more from a more macro-historical level. As Terra's crust changes over millions of years, there is indeed a high probability that the entire rainforest will sink into the ground. Can I beat this nut out of this little runt? By all means.
Wait, hold on. I truly do need your help.
And this matter is critically important to Zero Erza.
Let's look at this from a business standpoint. Surely you've seen it too. Durin technology will definitely come in handy in the rainforest. The Akakualans won't have to treasure a few discarded leafas.
If you're telling the truth.
I assure you, I'll answer any technical questions the people of Akahuala might have. As he mutters to himself,
assuming you can even understand my answers.
What was that? I said, even if you don't understand at first, I'll try to explain things as best as I can.
Let us cut to the chase then. What exactly are you trying to do?
It's very simple. Help me convince the others to repair their railway bridge connecting the city. It was damaged in the last earthquake. That way Zerwerza can relocate its Originium detection devices without tossing out this entire damned dome, and I can be free of the old man's constant nagging. By the way, feel free to blow up a certain oversized slide blocking the railway bridge. That'd be killing 2 foul beasts with 1 stone. No, 3. Mr. Sitch, why do we have to build an entire railway instead of just repairing the dome? It'd be a shame to blow up the slide. Everyone voted to have the hole there and build the Great Aquapit. To leave the hole there and build the Great Aquapit. Moreover, repairing the dome poses a series of esoteric technical problems which won't make sense to the likes of you. As such, we have to hold a new referendum to get our plan approved. I'd rather not. I like the slide myself, and it would be a damn shame to blow it up. Given how handy you Durins are, why do you need us Akahualans to help you fix the bridge? Fine, there's no harm in telling you. As the designer who proposed the plan to rebuild the railway bridge, I will naturally be put in charge if the proposal passes. However, have you seen the blueprint for the railway bridge? I saw it back when I was in school, and I couldn't deviate any more from my ultra-minimalist design philosophy. The dense wiring, the ugly skeleton frame. So I slept through every single one of my railway bridge design classes. So you have no idea how to build a railway bridge at all. Though I hate to admit it, it is my one shortcoming. This is why I am enlisting the aid of all skilled Akahualans, subcontracting this important project to you. So how about it? A flawless solution, would you say? Durin society must be incredibly tolerant to allow a little shit like him to live this long. Hey, what do you mean by that? Alright, since Zumama is here, she can probably fix up the bridge in no time. Huh? Where did she go? Yeah, where did she go? Oh boy. I knew it. It wasn't just my imagination. Morning. Get over here, little fella. Boogie, danger. Initiating evasive maneuvers. Hey, stay put. Zubaba is on her own little adventure. Alright, this will mark the end of today's narration. Well, technically mark it. I will finish off just with adding the extra little flavor text here from the training stage, titled Trendsetter. Never seen the ultimate self-driving cart challenge? Don't have your own self-driving cart? You fall behind the times here in Zeruerza. Yep, we have a new mechanic. Like, yeah, last year's Dosoles holiday had I think it was, what was it again? Stickers or tickets or something that gave buffs. This time we have buggies. But anyway, this will mark the end of today's narration. The next part should be up probably 24 hours from now, I would say. I'm gonna try and churn out these pieces as, well, as not as quickly as possible, but as quickly as possible, if you get what I mean. I want to be done with the narration, considering that next Friday, well, next Friday I was originally planning over on Twitch streaming the drop for what was it called again? The Trials of the Navigator thing. But on the 20th is the release of Fire Emblem, and I already pre-ordered that game, and I will be both playing and streaming that thing on Twitch. So if you want to stop by, feel free. Gonna have some fun. The more I see about that game, the more I'm excited, even though the first trailer I ever saw about that one didn't really get me excited or interested, to be fair, but the more I saw, the more I got interested. Anyway, outside of that, like I said, the next part will be probably out tomorrow around the same time as this one, so stick around. This is a fun story. So far, it's goofy as shit. We have a drunk Elysium, a pissed off Gavial. At least she's pissed off at our little boy Stitch. And yeah, Hope everybody enjoyed. I definitely had fun with narrating this one. You might be able to tell. And I will see you in the next part. Until then, have a good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and best of luck on pulling for all the new characters on this banner. Even if you still, especially if you are a new player and you're trying to also pull Shen, considering she is also available on this very banner. And I'm talking about Shen Alter, by the way, for just to clarify. But yeah, good luck, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.